Casey is Raw again, and this is Video Game Hunting once again. I actually had a couple recordings. I wasn't really 100% happy with it. The first one I kind of went on at the very end with a rant about my in-laws, and I just don't want to just go out there and throw in a bunch of dirty laundry out there, so that's why I won't put that one out. And the other one I just didn't feel it was good enough to put out. Even though I did find some video games on both days, but I will show off whatever I found off today to you. I'll show you everything today, so you guys at least get something today. So, it's a little later than I wanted to be out. I got up about 11:30, had a slow start. Just kind of watching a movie with my mom. I guess it's called The Misery or something, about this writer being nursed back to health while the person who's taking care of him is pretty much started being stalker slash mad woman. So I'm sure you guys know what movie I'm talking about, and it's very interesting. It's a very good movie. I just didn't want to sit down and watch the whole thing today. I wanted to get out and have some fun. So, I was listening to this one song I really love. It's a country song, and it's called Always Be Humble and Kind, or is it Humble and Kind? And there was one lyric saying that there's a difference sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love, and I agree with that. Because I remember the first time I ever slept in bed with who became my wife, sadly she's gone, that I don't know, something just sparked. I'd never believed in that shit before, but it was just something. It's just something I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if you call it chemistry, or it was just almost like they say fate. But I know I was amazed. I told this one story before when we first got together, that I couldn't believe the amount of trust she already put into me when we first got together, because this is right after the Nintendo Wii came out. It was impossible to find a Wii, and this woman was able to find 2 of them when there was damn near impossible to get a Wii. But I was like, I wasn't one of those guys like, oh, she's going to bed, that means I should follow her in there. But because I'm trying to be a gentleman, I'm kind of horny too. But I'm just sitting there on the couch, just like, look at the amount of trust she's putting in me right now. Right now, I could have just took the win and just ran. But obviously, I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, oh, I was jealous of she having the win, I didn't. But even though I was not a fan of the motion controls at the time, I was like, God, are we heading towards the future where motion controls is the future? Luckily, most consoles stick with a controller. But back to the story. When I finally did follow her in bed, I was just, we did the dirty business, and then, woo! I need to get in our lane. This is a slow lane. But, sorry, just give me a second. So, I'm laying there after we did the 30. I'm looking at her body. I was like, wow. And I was just amazed from the trust. And I was like, God, she's beautiful. And I loved her body art she had. It was just, I don't know. It was something just sparked. And I told her about that. She was like, "You're watching it?" I'm like, I wasn't just sitting there just staring at you. I just kind of looked over your body a little bit. I mean, what's wrong with that? Like, if I was just sitting there watching you sleep and to the point you wake up, then that's creepy. But I'm saying, like, when, you're glancing at someone's body and, like, just, like, wow, beautiful. And then amazed by the trust she put into you. I think that's completely different. I was just memorized. I think that's the best word. And when we went our separate ways because she was a traveling dialysis, she told me that don't get attached because she'll be traveling. So, yeah, we were together. I don't even know if she considered us boyfriend and girlfriend, but I think I asked her, but she was supposed to leave before my birthday, so we kind of went our separate ways because I thought she was just about to leave. And I went through one relationship and I found out she was still in Oklahoma. So I was like, hey, let's get together. Apparently, I didn't get enough drive that I'm not going to be a little cocky, but I guess I did a good job. I mean, I was taught a few things between then and now but I was still very green, let's say that. But so we got together and had way better experience, and then she left Oklahoma. It was about close to a year that we finally talked to her. I told her I still had feelings for you, and I was pretty sure that I was like, she was gonna tell me get lost, and I'll be like, okay, understandable, I'm not gonna cross that border or that line. Like, if you have no feelings, honestly, I'll back off and you live your life, I live my life. And she felt the same way, so that's how everything evolved from there. But it was just fate. And what sucks, I wish that she wasn't taken away from me. Like I always said, that I kind of got 2 out of 3 things I wanted. I wanted to be back here in Oklahoma. Even though Pennsylvania is great, I still prefer my state. Well, that sucks. This lane's closed. I wish I had known because I was going to get off here, but... Whoa, hold on. I guess I can. They just blocked this lane for no reason. But... I just wish not only, like I said, I wish we were here in Oklahoma. Two, I mean, I wanted to be there for my mom because I didn't want my mom to be alone because I had a bad feeling she was not going to do good emotionally if she was alone. And I know when I lost Liz that there was one point everyone was gone. My brother-in-law was gone. My mother-in-law was gone. My mom was not there at the apartment. My in-laws took my dog. Even though it was the best thing for him. Because I'll be working and I couldn't take care of him the way he needed to be taken care of. Especially when my brother-in-law was not there no more. So I was literally in this apartment all alone like a week after my wife passed. And I was 100% sure what I was going to do if I wanted to come back home to Oklahoma or stay to Pennsylvania and just stay there. And I had no reason. I mean, my father-in-law and mother-in-law did not like me, especially after when she passed. I wouldn't doubt they blamed me, even though, I mean, there's some things I couldn't help with what she was going through. I mean, when someone was going through drug issues, but they're pleading to you they don't have a problem and they want you to take out them from rehab. I mean, what could you do? I mean, you love them and you're trying to do everything for them, but you're trying to also help them out. But and I was seeing signs of drug abuse, but I didn't know where it was. I had inklings what it could have been, but I knew something was happening. But it was... I never done drugs. I mean, definitely nothing like pot or... See, to me, I still think pot should be illegal. But, I think it's more acceptable, so I'm more lenient about pot. You know, I'll never touch the fucking shit. But, the only thing I ever took is just pain pills when I'm in, like, major ass pain. And I never did it just to get high. Like, when, like, my body can't handle the changing of weather, my back just really tense up and hurt. And body aches. And like, that's why when I take Tylenol, ibuprofen, my guts hurt. But anything like hard drugs, I don't know. Had no idea. So when she passed, oh God, it's hard. It sucks. I probably, like I said before, I probably should have took therapy. At least the first year, I should have done therapy. Because I was fucked up. I felt like when she passed, half of me died with her. And I still think about her all the time. That a lot of times when I listen to certain music, it's just... And if it's like love music, it's like it's Sometimes I'll be in a good mood, it wouldn't faze me. But if I'm in, like right now, I'm vulnerable right now. How I feel. That it will hurt, definitely slice into me and can hurt me. But it's not as bad as it, like I said, the first year. Oh my god, I was hurting badly. Like, I would get these really small triggers that would, it'd be the smallest thing. It wouldn't be anything intentional that would trigger emotions, and I'll be ready to cry my eyes out. And it would just be some triggers to trigger a remember the whole scene and everything. And it sucks. But I don't get those as much as, definitely not as frequent. It happens every once in a while, but not as much as the first year. But I still get emotional. Like, right now, I don't know if it's coming across me as looking emotional, but I definitely feel emotional right now. Like, right now, if someone would do something to offend me or screw with me right now, I could easily be offended right now. How emotional I feel right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I tell you one thing, game hunting does help me cope with this, but it feeds that. I do feel like there's an addiction of this, that it's being fed, because my grief and my mourning for her. So, because I don't do alcohol, I don't smoke or do drugs. This is pretty much my drug, is doing this. So I'm at the flea market. I want to get a little closer. I had to let this person out. I can feel my allergies getting to me a little bit. But, yeah, like I said before, I'm definitely a little emotional right now. I'm at one of my favorite flea markets. It's just, I check every once in a while. Every once in a while, they'll have something good and new in here. So I figure, hey, why not, you know? People are going to be probably pissed what I'm going to do, but there's no... on one side, this freaking building needs to have the... parking spots. Whoa! A different way. Because this flea market used to be a car dealership. It's very, very easy to tell. It used to be a car dealership. Screw it. I don't care anymore. I'm parking right here. I'm more and go fuck them. Fuck them if they can't take it. Alright, I'll see you guys in a few. Alright, so I just got out of the flea market, and I actually did pretty well, mainly from actually all this came from the person who owns this, and, have more modern games than anything, Got Fallout 76 for Xbox One. $3. For Your Honor, Xbox One, $3. Need for Speed, $3. UFC, $5. Uncharted 4, $5. Shadow of Mordor, $5. For the PS2, for $2, Frogger, The Great Quest. And I saw this is a great addition to the collection. Is the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Champions Pin Collection. So that's pretty cool. So actually did pretty well right there. All that combined, it was $30. He usually helps me out, and sometimes he'll give me a little bit of a discount because, you know, repeat customer. Like, I'll try to come here like at least once every 2 weeks, because, like I said, I mean, look, I usually do pretty good. So looks like this couple, like the man was holding this woman, almost like hit her first. But it's pretty chilly today, actually. Oh, they're holding hands. They're in love. Aren't they just wonderful? I mean, they must not be married. I know when you're married, you really don't do that as much as you used to. So, like I seen old people do that. So I'm like, I'm wondering if they're married or not. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch views for you guys. So I figured do some road view for once for you guys. I probably should have turned left here. I really like how this really old Tally's Cafe looks. They even have Tally's Sub Stop. So I guess it's their subway kind of thing. And it looks like they have like some kind of workout place, whatever they call it, gym, with it tied in too. But it's pretty cool actually over here. Maybe it's like some type of gym workout place. That's how you know I don't ever go to the gym. There's a Mammoth Comics. What sucks is that you figure, hey, you're into comics. Yes, you might be into cards, like all types of cards. Then, hey, maybe you're going to be into gaming. Like, there's like this one card store / gaming. It was a card store, like Magic Card Store. And it says gaming. Card and gaming. So I go in there, they have a very tiny case of video games. And I went in there with my Magic card. Or was it Pokemon? I guess it was Pokemon box collection that I got. I was like, hey, I'm gonna sell this. And they're like, oh, this is actually pretty common. We don't want this. I'm like, wow, so you're gonna shit on what I'm bringing in. They're like, we actually don't want this. I'm like, wow. I'm like, you can go fuck yourself. I never go this direction, so this will be a new area for travel. You got the arena up there. This Metro Insurance looks like it used to be a Long John Silver's. It kind of looks like it. You don't see it, but it's on my left. Kind of like the old look, like past this Burger King is when they kind of have more like a real old look. Like, yeah, I like this kind of type of look around here. Sorry about that view. There we go. I really like this old retro look, old school look. And then you had a couple newer things like that Dutch Bros and Mickey D's. And whatever. Oh, that's a bank. I thought for a second that it's going to be a church. But it was a bank. Of course, you gotta have a pot dispensary. They call it the Health Center Dispensary. Yeah, I'm sure it's about health. They got a thrift store. I don't know. Animal Aid Thrift Store. Interesting. Big Owls. I guess this is some type of a deli that's to my left. I very rarely ever come this direction. Usually turn on the road before, so this is a whole new view for me. Actually, in a couple roads, I need to turn left. Because go to a vintage stock that I missed the previous day. Body jewelry. I think I just went past the school. So then you get out of school and then, hey, I'm going to go get my belly button pierced. Burger Street. You know what? I never tried out Burger Street. A lot of times it's just, I don't know if I want to try it out. They got on their sign, it says Frito chili pie. Like I said, I gotta get gas. I am getting on empty. Good trip right here. Should have stopped here. Just looking around. I like to see if there's any other potential spots to go thrifting. I'm pretty sure the couple vintage stocks I'm about to go hit up. Probably not going to find anything. If I do, it's probably priced out. They're getting better about figuring out what stuff is worth. It's almost best just to, it's almost best just to start buying their stuff when there's a sale going on or if you have a coupon. Because now they're figuring out what stuff is really worth now, and then they'll overprice it. Every once in a while, you'll catch them slipping on something. Like they'll sell a game priced as loose when they should have priced it with the box. Like I said before, if I wanted to be a dick, I could turn around and, buy the game off them, and if I have it already loose, I can turn around and get my money back and say, hey, I didn't like it. But I don't do that, but I'm not saying I'll not ever do that because, hey, this that store, that chain will screw you over any way they can. So, hey, if there's a way to screw them over, why not? I mean, sometimes they're like, some of the employees, like if you have a coupon that doesn't specify that saying only one use only, if it just says nothing, I don't see why I can't reuse the coupon. Because sometimes the coupon they would have, it's a unlimited use until a certain time frame, or it'll say one-time use, but sometimes, and I'm pretty sure the only way to get you to make sure it's your one-time use if you put your phone number in. Because I'm pretty sure if you use someone else's coupon, it would be the same thing. They just copy and paste and send that out to everyone. So I'm sure they probably do it by phone number. But the thing is, when they're doing sale, usually all the good stuff is usually bought up on day one. Usually by the last day, it's kind of like your slim pickings. I guess it's their way, like, well, we gotta get rid of some of this inventory that they've been sitting on forever. That's not making them anything. So they're like, let's do this sale so we can try to get rid of some of this inventory. Like certain vintage stocks, they are pretty much consolidating their gaming sections. Now they're doing more like what GameStop's been doing, and some Game Exchange been doing, and some stores have been doing, where they've been consolidating down their gaming section. Now it's like, and then there's a huge aisle of knickknacks and toys and stuff like that. So for me, when I go to a game store, and when there's literally just one aisle of video games and the rest of it is like 80% of the store is knickknacks, I'm like, then why are you even calling yourself a game store when it's not, your inventory is not even mainly that anymore? I mean, I could understand like what that one brand that GameStop had was it I'm not saying Geek Squad, because that's Best Buy. I think it's Geek Smart or Smart Geek, wherever it's called, where shit, I actually need be in this lane. Maybe I can this is not good, but I actually have room. Ooh. I actually had room to do that. But, actually, shit. No, I think I'm okay where I'm at. I'm trying to realize where the hell I'm at. I think I know where I'm at. But, GameStop pretty much shut down that brand, and they put all their inventory into GameStop. And what GameStop tried to do before the pandemic, they were trying to make it more friendly, like customer friendly. They brought in a bunch of systems so you could sit down and play like original Xbox and other stuff. And then, of course, that's when the pandemic hit. So it was no longer viable. I don't even know if they still have that. I think I went into one a couple months ago and they still have that set up a little bit. I'm shocked they still do. You figure they should reopen that section and put games up and the rest of your knickknacks. But they still have a bunch of the game stations they have. But I'm like, ever since the pandemic has happened, they should have been smart enough to turn around and tore all that out and repurpose those areas. But nope. That's the thing. GameStop is not that smart anymore. They don't figure that shit out. So, yeah, they have no idea what the hell they're doing anymore. That's why a lot of them are starting to fall apart. I'm shocked they're still open. Usually, by now, well, it looked like by now they were supposed to be all been belly up. So I'm shocked they're still here. I think the only reason they're still alive, actually two reasons, is one, that whole thing with the stock going through the roof for them. The whole Robinhood stock deal. And then two, the new generation of consoles with the PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, and then you had the Switch OLEDs out, that generation out. So I think that's the only reason why they're still up and going. I think if those two things didn't happen, GameStop would have been long gone now. And honestly, I felt like GameStop should have went back to retro. I had brought some retro games back in, even though they tried to do that, but they tried to do it with online. You can bring your retro games into the real store, but they'll send that shit to I'm trying to think, the warehouse and get it checked, supposedly checked. So I think what they should have done, they send that stuff out to get checked, and that stuff should be turned around and sent to, split them up and send them to stores. Because if they would have had like at GameStops and they started having retro games, I would start going to every GameStop. But they don't, so they don't get my business anymore. Plus, I mean, there's no reason. I mean, Amazon was having better deals, Walmart was doing better deals, while GameStop wasn't anymore. So, unless I find something here or at the next vintage stock, this will probably be it for right now, and I'll show you everything when I get back. If not, if I do find something, I'll report to you guys. I'll see you. What up, guys? So I went to GameStops. I went to Vintage Stock. Didn't see anything I wanted. I actually went to two Targets, trying to hunt down a copy of Atari's 50th collection, and I couldn't find it nowhere until I just decided to just go to GameStop. And I just looked at a lot of their PS4 stuff, and I have found a couple more PS4 stuff. But, oh my god, it took like forever, like 10 minutes to go through all the customers to finally get the hell out. And then, literally a whole family came in to do the gaming deal with the game stations. I think they said it was $5 an hour. That's not too bad, especially if you get to play some retro stuff. But they're pretty much a bunch of incapable people. I think the person who was the cashier who was helping me out was the only one who knew, but she was being stretched so thin she had to take care of everything. Guy was trying to look for a PS5 God of War controller, and apparently this kid either can't read or understand what God of War looks like. Couldn't find it. The woman went in and found it immediately. But I'm like literally waiting forever to get my stuff. I was in and out with my stuff. But I think they know I was starting to lose my patience. Like how long they're chit-chatting with the customers. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, it was cool to see all the stuff they had still, but it was just ridiculous how long it took. And then how incompetent some of their employees was. Like, I'm like, you're acting like you just had this fucking station unless these people just got hired recently. Like, how do you not know they're like, how do we do this? Like, you just grab a controller and a cord. Like, what? Like, how the fuck did they get hired? And like I said, the only one who knew anything was the person who helped me. I'm like, and I guarantee you, they're probably getting close to what I'm getting paid for. I guarantee you, if I was incapable what I was doing at work, I wouldn't be getting paid what I'm getting paid. I wouldn't have got a $2 raise because no. So I don't care if I say that, because right now no one from my company knows why I do this. And I just, maybe I started from below. They don't know where I started, and it's none of their business. So, but I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. If, like, you go to, like, I see a Target starting at $15 an hour. It was a shop. When I got laid off, they wanted to pay me $16 an hour while I'm doing, and like, so I would lose money, majorly lose money, to work at that shop. And I was gonna have to think about it for a while, because, you know, so I can get a job going. Luckily, I got where I'm at now, and I think I got $1 raise from that. I was gonna, at the company I was there for fucking 3 years before they fired me. Not got one fucking raise. The only way people got any raises from my previous shop is threaten to leave. And that's pretty fucked up. And they don't bother to say, hey, we need to work on this. This is why you're not going to get a raise. They didn't bother to do that. I guess they're scared to lose the person. But, well, you're going to eventually lose the person when you've been there for 3 years and not get a fucking raise. And unlike the company I worked for, they actually did give me a raise. Because they know I actually give a damn what I like doing. So, but it's just amazing. It's like incompetent people feels like they need to get paid as much as what experienced people does. But I am very happy what I picked up this weekend. So once I jump in the house, I'll show you everything I got the last couple days. So this is the ultimate game hunting episode. Because actually you guys are getting 3 sets of game stuffs. So I'm pretty happy what I got. Like I said, I showed you some of it when I was at the flea market. It took after 2 other went to 2 vintage stocks, went to 2 Targets, couldn't find anything. I was thinking about picking up this Mario 8-bit lamp thing. I might. They're selling the same thing at GameStop for the PlayStation symbols for actually cheaper at GameStop. I was thinking about getting that. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, I'm in the house now. So, you remember on SpongeBob SquarePants where they're saying 2 hours later? Well, that was me. It was like 3 hours later. I got home, ate, played one of the games I picked up, and slept a little bit. So it was 3 hours later. So let's go ahead and show everything that I picked up this past weekend. So starting off, that came out in the mail is for the Sega Dreamcast, is a bootleg version of a Dreamcast game. This is the Neo Geo 50 Plus. I like the cover art on the Nintendo one better. And this one actually has a black and white sticker label. And this has also been burned. And right here you can see it. You can see where it's been burned. It took up most of the disc. So that doesn't shock me. How much memory that Neo Geo has. And if you... Neo Geo games. What sucks is that it doesn't have nothing on the back. Or no instruction. It does come right here. Has some type of instructions. At least this one does. It tells you to pretty much how to select the game, pretty much. I would like to know how to get out of the game and how to return to the menu. So I gotta try that one out. Alright, let's see what we got here. Trying to find the first ones. Well, this is not really one of the first ones, but I'll pick out this one. And I lied on. I thought I didn't pick up anything at one of the vintage stocks today, but I did. It was a long box PlayStation game. It's a basketball game. So, I'm pretty sure I don't have this long box, so yeah, it's NBA Shootout long box edition. So that's cool. You don't come across the long boxes that often anymore. So when I saw that, I was like, hell yeah. For $8, why not? This one I got yesterday. So, I'm trying to pick up all the Wii U games. Like you guys know, this is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 for the Nintendo Wii U. Just taking a quick look over here. I'm pretty sure I don't have this, because I looked up and down on my pictures and I couldn't locate it. And I don't see it either right now, so I'm pretty sure I do not have this. So that's cool to add it, because I was pretty sure I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. Another one add to collection. I was seeing if I had this. I took a chance with this one game for the NES. If I had it loose or boxed, is the Mafia Conspiracy. It looks like it's the sequel to Go 13 game. So I'm glad to have this in there. So, and I looked up and down on the NES collection. Loose, I didn't have it loose, or I didn't have it boxed. So I am happy about that. I had to check a couple times because I was pretty sure I had at least one of them, but nope. I mean, I looked up and down this NES shelf looking for a white label game and with blue font, and I didn't see it, so I fixed the cover art. So for $20, I was happy for that. Oh, sorry about the. There we go. So I had this kind of boxed. It came in a hard shell, but I guess it was originally wasn't. It was this big box, Wacky Worlds. This is pretty much Sonic's version of Mario Paint. Pull it off. There we go. And it did. There's the cart. Has a bunch of manuals and shit right here. Actually, it has a ton of stuff. I'd damn near say this is almost complete. And it comes with the Sega mouse. The Sega Genesis mouse. So that's cool. You never come across this mouse. You come across the Mario Paint mouse a hell of a lot more often than the Mario, than the say Genesis mouse. And there's instructions for the mouse. And then you have a Sega Club's subscription card. you've officially been doxxed. Let's see. It had a lot of stuff that came with it. I had this black and white manual with that. I was about to keep it, but luckily I left it in there, and luckily I came with that one. What is this? Is this a giant poster? That's what it looks like, and it looks like it's a giant Jurassic Park poster from the Sega Genesis. That's cool. I'm trying to unfold this. There we go. And I'm looking on the back, seeing what kind of games. Last time I looked on one of something like this, it showed a game that never came out. Why would they show? Okay, they showing sections of the Sega Genesis, Game Gear, and Sega CD collection. So, yeah, you got Sega Genesis right here, Sega Game Gear games, and Sega CD games, and it shows you all the stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like having things like that. So I'm gonna try to repackage that properly. Trying to. It's not gonna be perfect. Wow. Like I said, black and white manual. That's weird. For some reason, I have a Batman Returns poster, I guess. Yeah, it looks like another poster. Oh, hell yeah. What this one is a big, giant Sonic the Hedgehog 2 poster. This one's all about Sega Genesis. So, that one I might actually hang. So there's actually a couple of these over here I want to hang. So this is probably one of the ones I'm going to hang. Then you got Sega Vision's subscription card. Enclosed winner's instruction manual. I never had Sega Visions. I always had Nintendo Power. Or that or Game Pro. So that saved that. Yeah, I'm shocked that I found that with the game. Looks like you have a Sega Kids poster right here as well. Yeah, this is Sega Kids poster right here. Came with several posters. That's kind of cool. So you have this one showing off games. Like you got Wacky Worlds. And just a bunch of educational games like Barney, Berenstain Bears, Echo Jr. And on the back end has a actual color in poster too. Color me. So that's interesting. That's cool. So that's all in that. What's in that one? It has like a bunch of manuals and stuff. Like I said, I'm super shocked that it has. I was glad it came with the mouse. I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to show with the mouse or not. And you know what? Like I said, I never see this mouse, so I'm wondering how much this mouse goes for. And if this mouse was used for anything else than just this game. Yeah. I try to pack it as good as I can. The box ain't in great shape, but yeah, it's cool. Okay. Let's see what's next. I know I picked that up today. Okay, this is from. Think that was. Actually, I think that was Thursday right there. Yeah, that was Thursday stuff. This right here was actually yesterday's stuff. Right here is actually yesterday's stuff. I'll hold on to this just in case. One of the first things at the game store I picked up is Donkey Kong Jr. for the Atari 7800. I picked up a couple more Wii U games. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And Cars 3 Driven to Win. I remember when that came out. This came out at the very end of the Wii U's life. Yeah, it came out. Trademark was 2017. I know this came out also for the Switch. So, it actually came with a manual. That one also came with the manual too. So, another cool two that's been added to the glitch on. So now I got 3 new Wii U games. I'm happy. I'm getting more and more. I actually need to take a new picture. These I actually need to just toss back up there. This is Kid Cool. I actually had this loose, but I turned around, changed it to get the box. The box is damaged on the back, has a little tear on the back. And it's not in the greatest shape. But I'm happy. I mean, I know NES games boxes. I mean, how old is this? Let's see what year this. 1989. That's at least 30 years. That's. I wouldn't say 40. I think there's like 32 years. 33 years old right here. So the box having little damage for 33 years old. So that's not bad. The sides are pretty good shape, but the back is damaged and the front has little crinkles. So throw that over there. Need to put these back in that collection. So today I went to the first place I believe I stopped was the flea market that I usually go every 2 weeks. I already kind of showed you, so but I'm gonna show you guys again. I got for Breath of the Wild is champion pin set. So I was happy to pick this up for $5 for Breath of the Wild pin set. And I have 4 Xbox games I got for $5 is UFC 3, Need for Speed, $3, For Honor, $3, Fallout 76 for $3. And then I got for $5 Uncharted 4 and Shadow of Mordor for $5. And for $2 for the PlayStation 2 is Frogger, the Great Quest. So I was happy. He gave me like a couple bucks off of that, so I'm happy to have that. And that kind of started the day off with what I picked up right there. And then I went to GameStop. Actually, I went to Vintage Stock, picked up that long box PlayStation game, and then I just hit a couple places. Went to another Vintage Stock, striked out on that one. Then I went to 2 Targets because what I was looking for I couldn't find there. So I went to GameStop finally. And what's cool came with this Pokemon bag. So I might actually keep the bag. Usually I don't keep them, but people probably buy shit like that in the future. So I actually found what I want is the Atari 50 anniversary celebration collection. This has Atari arcade games. It got Atari 2600, Atari 5200, Atari 7800. Got Atari Lynx, a bunch of the Atari computers. There's several of them. And then it has the Atari Jaguar games. And then there's a couple remaster games. And it says it has over 100 playable games. So that's what it says on there. Some of the people are really praising this right now. Like, the controls to me are not great on the PS4. It's just not. It could be because it wasn't done downloading when I was playing it, but it felt broken a little bit with the controls. And what's weird, you're playing Pong. You can play Pong on one PS4 controller. Your left stick controls the left paddle, and your right stick plays the right paddle. So you can play with yourself. So, I'm not a big fan. I actually think the other Atari collection for the PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch version is better than this. Even though some people are praising that game right now. And then I was looking around, and I picked up a couple games for the VR. Apex Construct for $10. So I was like, sure, an RPS VR game for $10. I'll do that. Ooh, excuse me. And then I picked up for $17 Wipeout, the Omega Collection, the VR. So, I wonder what's under that says. Does it? Huh. This must have been old because they put a sticker over another sticker. Okay, so you can play this game. Sometimes it's made just for the VR, but this is... You don't need the VR. And it says this is PS4 Pro Enhanced. And you need 24 gigs to play this. So you have to use a chunk of your hard drive. So, I definitely need to check this out for VR, but this might give me motion sickness. The biggest one that really gave me motion sickness was the Ace Combat 7. That gave me motion sickness. So, yep. So, and it also says enhance your gameplay with the PSVR right in the corner. While this one says you'll need this instead of says that let's see what this one says in the corner. I had to take the label off this one. GameStop, I hate your freaking stickers. At least at Vintage Stock, their stickers were a lot easier to remove. This is BS. Screw it. So, this one just says PlayStation VR game. So, this is required to have the VR headset, obviously. You need the camera, and you need to move the PlayStation Move controllers. Well, this one, I'm pretty sure you could use the headset, but you play with the normal DualShock 4 controller. That makes sense because I don't know if it'd probably be really hard to play this with the PlayStation Move controllers. You probably even can't play it with that. So, yeah, see, this one has the PlayStation Move controllers, and it says you'll need this. And this one just says enhance your game play. So, yeah, so I'm pretty happy about this. This is probably the biggest lot I had in a while. So, I'm pretty happy. So, I'll talk to you guys later and see you guys. Bye.